Another day, another bit of dodgy dealing from the Tories, because to be honest, whenever you go, hey, can I allow my Mongolian friend to donate £10,000 to the Tory party? Seems to me to be a bit weird. And of course, we have, the election rules that you obviously have to be a UK citizen to be able to donate to, UK parties. And of course, this is where the whole things were, but how did all these Russian oligarchs get, all of these donations to the Tory parties? Well, that's because pretty much the Tories have allowed them to have dual passports so that they are both simultaneously Russian citizens and UK citizens. This golden passport that was talked about, if you may remember, at the time at the start of the Ukraine war. You'll notice, of course, not a lot of them have been issued since then, but also nothing was done about them either. So, and this is one of the things that I think we should probably watch out for, because what if the Tories start to decide, well, there's a lot of people, or shall we say, rich people in other countries who would love to give us money. Maybe we should also start to offer them this golden passport as well. All of a sudden, you can see a potential big problem of, well, foreign money starting to fund a UK political party. And quite frankly, that should not be on. But today we are talking about this one particular Tory MP who has again asked for this donation to be allowed from his Mongolian friend. He didn't say, I don't think he says who this Mongolian friend is, but it's just a Mongolian friend. Anyway, let's go diving into this then. But before we do that, please do remember to click on the like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below, there are links to my Patreon page and a notification link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can, well, buy me coffee. And of course, as always, thank you very much to all those people who do help support the channel that way. And of course, you can help support it by just clicking the like and share button as well. So, as always, let's crack on into this. This comes from The Guardian, the title of Tory MP lobbied for a £10,000 donation from Mongolian friend to be allowed. The Prime Minister's trade envoy to Mongolia has lobbied the Electoral Commission to permit a £10,000 donation to his party association from a Mongolian friend, documents reveal. Daniel Kawczynski, the Conservative MP from Shrewsbury, contacted the independent electoral watchdog on the 20th of April, days after his return from a week-long trip to Mongolia in his role as trade envoy, accompanied by the UK ambassador. Kawczynski said that the, quote, Mongolian friend was a, quote, personal contact and was separate to my role as an envoy. He declined to identify what the would-be donor said, and said since he had travelled to Mongolia on a regular basis in personal capacity as well as his role in this trade envoy. He told the Commission that he did not understand why British passport holders should be treated differently from foreign passport holders when it comes to political parties. What? Of course they should be treated different, because at that point, you're allowing foreign money and foreign people to be able to influence our political parties. Of course, they should be treated different. Of course, if you do not hold a UK passport, you should not be allowed to give to UK political parties. But of course, he just doesn't understand. I have to wonder what would happen if someone from China tried to give a similar amount to someone in the Labour Party. I wonder what his response to that donation would be then. If the shoe was on the other foot, would he be, oh, no, that's fine. After all, what's the difference between, British passport holders and foreign passport holders when it comes to political parties, right? I think he might have a lot to say. When he requested a meeting with the House of Commons with the Watchdog's chief executive, Sean McNally, to try and discuss his concerns on the long-standing political finance rules banning donations from overseas donors. Kawczynski has claimed that the quote, many jurisdictions around the world permitted political donations from foreign passports holders. Research by the Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance, a UN observer, suggests that 70% of countries ban foreign donations to political parties. Yeah. Oh, yes. Many jurisdictions around the world allow it. Actually, no. According to the UN, 70% of countries ban foreign political donations. The letter was sent from Kawczynski's parliamentary email address, and the members' handbook on the use of the taxpayer-funded account says that they should not be used for activities that could be considered party political campaigning or fundraising. In a statement, Kawczynski has said that he has used his Commons email as he wanted to seek advice and clarifications in my capacity as it related to a donee and a member of parliament. Kawczynski then added, though I've been followed the prevailing law on political finance, I took advice from the Electoral Commission to ensure that I do. In a subsequent call with The Guardian, Kawczynski did confirm that the donation had been offered to his party associations, not him personally. The email was then copied to the chair of the 1922 committee, Sir Graham Gradley, the chief whip, Simon Hart, and another member of the whip's office, Joe Churchill. Kawczynski has said that he included them in the email to the watchdog as part of his attempt to try and understand and ask and challenge collectively why colleagues and the rules on electoral finance. Oh, my word. This is something I think we should keep a close eye on. Will they try and change these rules at the last moment, just before maybe they get booted out, so that they could allow this, so that maybe in an upcoming election, all of a sudden, they can attract all these foreign donations into an electoral campaign? Something we need to be watching out for. So this thirst for knowledge have also came as he had a potential £10,000 donation offered to his local association. Kawczynski has said that he benefited from the resources of his local association. They spend funds on the literature promoting me and all other things that they do support me as a member of parliament. Kawczynski has said that taking the donation from a, quote, nefarious state would be inappropriate. But taking it from a friend who you have known for many years from overseas and having the ability to secure donations from overseas donors is clearly for debate. No, it is not for debate at all. These rules and regulations shouldn't be always considered sort of pickled in aspic and in perpetuity. Things do change, and I think it's perfectly permissible for parliamentarians and people at the cutting edge of trying to secure donations for the local parties to be able to test and challenge and even scrutinise and debate. A government spokesperson said that the foreign political donations would remain banned, adding that one of the Electoral Commission's roles is to provide advice on such matters to political parties and, of course, regulated donees. So we've seen this before. We've seen this before. What happens? Remember, the entire EU Eurosceptic movement was, we're just asking questions about the EU. You may remember when Roe v. Wade got overturned in America and a load of dark money started flooding into places in Europe, the UK, Ireland, to ask similar questions. We saw something very similar of a Tory MP stand up and just ask questions about the current abortion rules in the UK. We should not allow this, full stop, because obviously at the moment that becomes a political influence, and then you get, people not just where this donation comes from, because, oh, yes, not from a foreign government, it just happens to be from a friend. Well, where did he get that money from? And was he maybe guided by someone else to give you that particular donation? And of course, what then happens in response when he says, well, for that, 10 grand donations, what do I then get? What does his Mongolian friend get in return for that type of political donation? This is why we need to be very careful that, shall we say, if other Tories start asking very similar questions, well, we need to be on it and make sure it gets shut down and exposed for the dangerousness that changing such rules could pose to our own democracy. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to click on the like, share, and subscribe button. And of course, down below, there are links to my Patreon page and our affiliation link called Buy Me Coffee. We can well buy me coffee. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.